What is going on, everybody? I'm not sure what's going on with Apple right now, but on a random Wednesday at 2 Eastern, we actually finally got the next iOS 26.3 release, and shockingly enough, it was actually the RC. After this delay, I fully thought we'd get a beta 4, but since they are so far behind, they actually went from a D build, which was on beta 2 and beta 3, to the RC. This is kind of crazy that they skipped a B or a C build prior. Usually we don't go directly from a D to an RC, but needless to say, here we are, and let's jump right into it. So as you can see, this build comes out with a full build number of 23D125. And again, this is the RC, and this now will be released next week. We'll talk about all that here in a second. So, as a quick refresher, the RC or release candidate is typically the final version of iOS that Apple plans to ship to the public, unless any last-minute bugs pop up, but in most cases, the RC you see today will be the same build that everyone will get next week. As you can also see here, we do have a regular, looks like nothing new here as far as modem. Modem is now 1.40.03. but nothing else crazy here. As far as iPhone storage after this update, let's check this out really quick as well. And okay, we're still holding in with system data at 18.75 gigs. And then the iOS as a whole is using 23.2 gigs, with iOS taking 13.97 and Apple Intelligence at 9.24. Not crazy by any means, but still not ideal. It's still doing better than our iPhone 16 Pro Max was right beforehand though. I will say, just at a quick glance, you can see not really much animation glitches from the control center, jumping around and going. Let's just go to the Stocks app. Everything is working as quick and smooth as you would expect. And then one of the big things, and let me go ahead and actually get into the Notes app, if I can get into it. What I want to show you is actually our keyboard test. This is something I actually did earlier. You can see this is our prior example. The keyboard in iOS has been a mess for a while, ever since 26.2.1 and beta 3 for iOS 26.3. It has been significantly improved. If you missed those videos, I do want to show you the swiping, voice, and regular texting. We were having issues where the predictive text line wasn't coming up. 99% of the time it is working now, although it is still not 100% fixed as of beta 3. So let's start with voice text. Happy Wednesday, everybody. How is it going? Is there anything we need to do today? There are some new IKEA speakers I want to review. Maybe we should go check that out. Hey, I'm not sure. How are you? So as you can see, that was actually pretty good. We had one little issue here where it didn't actually use punctuation correctly, but this is much better than what we've seen recently. And then also, if you like to use swipe to text, you can see it actually worked perfect. And then if you want to type, let me try to mess it up here. And you can see it's actually working much better than how it was. And then let's talk about the predictive text line. The one that you were talking about, it actually did work perfectly fine. That is definitely good to see. One other thing too, since I know a lot of people always wonder about the Geekbench scores, if we jump into this, you can see we actually did do a recent update. I'm just going to go ahead and go back into the history today after we downloaded the RC, and you can see the scores are actually a little down from what we had in the actual third beta. We went from a single core score of 37.26 to a 35.25, and even the multi-core score keeps dropping after beta 2, beta 3, and now the RC. We are now from 92.59 to 91.12. That is substantially a big drop, considering just beforehand we were running in the 97.70s, which is pretty interesting. Not sure how to exactly read that, but we will have to see. So again, no real flashy new features here. We do have that new transfer to Android tool that we've talked about, but everything else feels noticeably smoother compared to earlier betas. The app launches are quicker, scrolling seems to be more consistent, and overall system stability, does feel dialed in. Aside from that as well, battery life is one thing we're gonna have to check. I'm not sure what we started this video at, but we are currently at 89% with 5+ minutes of screen on time here. You guys let me know in the comments how it's working in that case. And then always the big question is, how is this doing to the point where you should install it? Since this is the RC, and this is technically what will be released here in the next couple of days to end users, going wide release, this is one I actually think you should install. Make sure to thumbs up this video and subscribe to the channel for our follow-up video, probably on Friday now, to give it a good 48 hours. It will come a little later than normal, but having said all that, this most likely will be the version you want to download. And then talking about releases, since we are already on Wednesday in February, we can expect this, I would say, to go public probably by the 9th or 10th still next week. So the general public does not have to wait too long to get their hands on this release. And then, hypothetically speaking, if this does go wide on the 9th, iOS 26.4 Beta 1 should release a day later on the 10th, or even later the same day. I think that next week is a lock for 26.4 Beta 1, and that is going to be a huge update that we will have a lot to talk about, especially in regards to some of those new Siri features that are rumored for the more personalized aspect, and then a much more feature-heavy version, new emojis, ton of stuff coming. We'll do a whole video on that when the time comes, so make sure to subscribe for all that as well. That's it for this one, guys. Thanks for watching. We will catch you in the next one. Peace.